Oh shit! What it do, Ski? It's your boy Phil34, and today I'm here with my reaction video to, believe it or not, guys, we're at the end. This is it. I didn't even take it in. I was gearing up to say this is the end of season 11, but as the words came out of my mouth, this is the last point where I'll be able to just binge Doctor Who, be behind. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get emotional here. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, this is the last episode of season 11 before the special, and yeah, damn. Let's talk about the episode. Very split amongst the audience, where the Doctor got yeeted by the frog. I still feel the same how I felt about the episode. I think there was a great concept, wasn't executed to the best, but I can also see more now why people like the frog. It does make sense technically within the episode, but I still don't like how the connection now makes sense to the episode. But anyway, yeah, so let's go see how the finale is and how we wrap up season 11. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, guys, in case you're interested in joining on this journey with me since the very beginning, since season 2, definitely check out patreon.com/Phil34 in the description down below to get the full unedited raw reactions, extra uploads, and more. I can't even thank you guys enough for just the love and support. For the patrons and people on YouTube for the Doctor Who videos. Show absolutely changed my life. I love it. It's a part of me. See how this finale goes, but just massive shout out to every single one of you who have been here, regardless if it was from the earlier day season 1, whatever season you hopped on. I just want to say thanks so much, because it's been an absolute pleasure just becoming a Whovian throughout the process. So just thank you guys so much. To all the support on Patreon, to just the love on the YouTube section. Easily, I know The Walking Dead used to be like that, like the big show for me, but in my opinion, I think Who is the support that y'all show, and the love and the enthusiasm is the best. I think it's the biggest I've ever had. That being said, let's just dive into the finale of season 11 to see how things go. So that being said, let's dive into the finale. Yeet. The Battle of True.
You got to me.
For a second, I thought that was KSI for like a millisecond from the side profile.
Years is enough. This is what I've trained you for. The world is not to be understood, only experienced and built with our gift.
Praise the Creator's will.
Do this, Delph, and you shape our world in worship.
But if I fail,
He can do.
I mean, to go up your destiny, bro. As long as you ain't commit genocide, and go for it. Loki, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. He's about to do some messed up stuff. Golem creator? I'm confused.
Now,
Those systems are lit up like a Christmas tree.
9 cries for help, 9 distress signals, all coming from the same planet. Not just the same planet, the same area of the same planet. Now, roughly translated means disintegrator of the soul.
Oh, another cheery one.
The TARDIS is reporting that the planet is transmitting violent psychotropic waves throughout its atmosphere.
I don't know what that thing was. It sort of looked like a gorilla? I don't know. It was kind of, I couldn't really see, like electrified gorilla.
Doctor?
Oh!
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor. This is Yaz, Ryan, and Graham.
What is that thing?
What's your name?
Did they send you?
When you say they, who do you mean? People from here? Because we've just arrived here, remember?
I don't know.
This is eerily similar to the finale with Bill, so don't put a hole in any of the
What's happened
companions.
to me? I can't remember my name.
We just arrived. We want to help you. I think this planet is having a bad effect on you. Would you consider putting this on? Neural balancer.
Who do you think that lot?
I think this is the rest of them.
So there's 4 in total.
He's the commander. Maybe he killed his own crew.
Engine's fine. Power's still working. Ship's fine. He could have left whenever he wanted. It doesn't make sense.
Here he is.
Paltraki. My name is Paltraki.
You must return to us. The Creator commands it.
Paltraki. Do you remember me, Paltraki?
I know that voice. Is that...
It can't be.
What is mine?
Oh. Oh shit!
And why would I do that?
I will dismantle them piece by piece. Beam
Okay.
directly into your ship.
Paltraki, don't go back. Don't worry about us.
Is it the same one?
I don't know. That can't be Tim Shaw. I thought he was dead. I sent him back to where he came from, using his own recall device.
Then why is he here?
Oh, that was Tim Shaw beginning.
Who's the girl?
What Chaos Emerald is this?
There's an incredibly sophisticated stasis lock embedded in the container's biostructure, and I don't understand it. Stenza technology.
We could use it to retrace where he was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if Graham was just like, you know what, Doc, I'm good on this one. Considering what happened, if that actually is Tim Shaw and then the whole Gray situation, I don't know.
We want to help you get your crew back. We'll go with you.
Oh, unless he's trying to kill that dude.
Oh, I can lift it. I shouldn't be able to. How can I lift it? It doesn't like intruders.
Doc, can I have a word?
Of course.
Just the two of us.
Fine. Come on, yes.
I need to be honest with you, because I am really grateful for everything you've done for me. Well, for us, you know. Everywhere we've been, all the adventures, been amazing. But if that is the creature from Sheffield, I will kill it if I can. For what it did to Grace.
Go back to the TARDIS, Graham.
No.
Oh shit!
I won't let you do that.
Oh
I ain't
shit!
saying it.
You're better than this. And if you kill him, you become the same as him.
I ain't having that.
I'm serious, Graham.
So am I.
He's oh shit! Oh, this is some spicy drama. I'm liking this. Pushing back against the doctor.
There's a reason.
We're not gonna go through there, are we? No one in their right mind's gonna go through there.
I'm excited to see all this. This episode kind of feels like Alien Covenant a bit.
It can be rebuilt, I'll allow it.
No, you stopped me trying to shoot the sniper bullets before.
You and you. I have to lay down the rules if someone's new. Also, don't cut that back to me. Head to that area and rescue Paltraki's crew. What about you? Where are you heading? I'm gonna find our friend.
I want to come with you.
No. What will you do once you find him? Find out what this is.
What are you doing with those?
Grenades. As insurance policy.
You think that's smart?
I think it's a precaution. I like precautions. Always take precautions, especially when you don't know what you're doing.
This doesn't feel like the doctor at all. Seems like we're on like a CIS mission or some shit. A secret spy. Like, alright, team, here's your stuff.
And you think this is the best way in? Closest thing to a front door this building's got.
See ya. Alright, got our objectives.
See anything?
Continue. Yeet.
Because you know why? Your Nat might have been kind, but she was also tougher than you and me put together.
And what about the rest of us?
Yeah.
Me, Yaz, and the doctor. I thought we were a team. Don't wreck what we've got because you're still angry.
I am not look, we did not get rid of that thing properly, right? And now look what's happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we got droids.
Shut up.
I was like, we got that regeneration energy orange yellow color. My favorite.
Never talk in the face of a gun. Point of principle. Please put it down. Gonna be like that, is it? Fine. I've attached a couple of explosive devices to your object here on my back. So shoot, and you jeopardize whatever this thing is. What's your name?
I am Andy Neo of...
The Ooks? As in, the duo
The Boots?
species? Only ever two of you. Lifespan of millennia. Only found on 3 planets from the whole universe. I've never met an Ooks. Congratulations, it must be so cool. Wait, there's something else. Is that why the building feels alive?
This is our shrine.
It feels like an energy running through it.
Surrender the object and go. How can he know you?
First name is Greston. Just remembered. Memories reconnecting. The Congress of the 9 planets. In response to the atrocities.
Your eyes are full of doubt.
How can you know him?
Yes. How can I?
You worship a false god. Because I mean, while there hasn't been very many connective tissues they could make, I guess Tim Shaw's from episode 1, and especially in terms of the villains, they've just been one and done, so he makes sense the most.
5 in total.
Jumps.
It's one of Paltracky's crew.
How do we get her out? We've got to help her.
Hey, that's it, you've got it?
Ryan, look.
They sleep?
There's more through here.
Well. Fizz and Shawton.
You look in a bad way. Whereas I've got a new coat. What do you think?
Ready. There will be a new target.
Ready who? For what?
Whatever the Creator wills.
Out.
Tim Shaw. How long's it been?
3,407 years.
I bet the 7 really dragged.
You did. You corrupted my recall device, banishing me across the universe to this desolate rock. Or so you thought. I arrived on the verge of death.
The Ooks.
The universe provides.
You wanted to be a leader.
With the abilities of the Ux, they were happy to work for me.
Work at what?
What every living creature wishes for. Revenge.
Because you know how sick that creature is.
Still doesn't give you an excuse to go after him.
Look at the people in here. It totally proved my point.
They're trained soldiers, and they couldn't beat him, and you still think you can take him?
Oh, yeah? Why do you care all of a sudden? According to you, I was never good enough for your nan anyway.
I said that a long time ago, Grandad.
Yeah, and I've been waiting too long for that at all.
Maybe, but you got it now.
What did you just say?
I'm not saying it twice. Don't pretend you couldn't hear me the first time. I'm telling you what she used to tell me. Be the better man. Please.
Alright, here we go.
When you say revenge, revenge on who?
You, Doctor.
Tell me what this is.
Can't your puny mind understand?
It's like a universe or some shit?
Found 4 more of those objects. Which one is to do? Bit busy
Howard
at the
Nicky
moment,
universe?
Gav.
I don't know.
Someone's coming. Over here.
Continue. Please. Please.
Our faith is all we have.
It's wrong. Please. This cannot be right. It will destroy me. It will destroy both of us.
You will see, Doctor. I must be a god. I have the powers of one.
Let me guess. They built you a weapon. That's what your sort like to do?
Not in this building, Doctor.
In me, I am the weapon.
This shrine is the weapon. Run, tiny creature. It will make no difference now. The weapon
He was
is
like,
activated, Doctor.
run, you clever girl.
Costanza held people in stasis as trophies. Our ultimate goal was to hold civilizations. I found the way.
That's impossible. I would have destroyed our life. Planning through genocide. Didn't like you then. But now. Make them stop. You're breaking every known law of the universe.
I guess it was genocide.
Rewriting the laws of the universe.
It doesn't work like that.
Stenza technology allied to the gift. Defied or opposed, the Stenza is now my target. Even in I shall lead.
What does that do on Earth?
It worked.
Can't stop, but must stop it.
Could do some help down here.
Got a few problems of our own, Graham.
I'll go. This is Paltraki. I'm on my way.
Get.
Detonate this as they come through and don't be long.
GG.
I've
Earth
never met
got.
a race like them. They can affect the shape of the universe by thought. If they're psychically generating all this, I could block the signals. Neural balances! I could adjust the settings. Really easy. First things first.
Take it easy, all right? There you go. Go! Go! Go on!
What have you done? This is a creator's work!
No, it isn't. That creature took advantage of your faith. How could he recognize me, Andinio? We've met before.
Truth.
That creature is a lie. But he made you destroyers. That's no god. I'm sorry. Doctor,
not?
some cannot be contained any longer, else the damage will be colossal.
Gameplay.
Yippee-ki-yay, robots.
The mass is returning. I can't lift it anymore. But the planets need to be returned to the exact place in the universe where they came from.
Hardest? I don't know, but
Can you do it? Can you return them? I'm working really hard to keep you together right now. Tim Shaw might have a shrine, but I've got a ghost monument.
good callback.
Sorry, Ryan.
All right, keep going. Catch up with them.
My wife died because of you.
Good.
I swore if I ever saw you again, I'd kill you.
And yet, you falter.
Just that. You're not the only ones who can conjure stuff out of nothing. Do you mind if I get those back? A bit headachy now. You brought all these things here. You have all the coordinates in your head. The fastest way is to read what's in your mind and send them back. Clear? Not in the least. Will it work? No idea. Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Weak and feeble.
Swim! Yeah, but just the foot. Just in the foot, just to shut him up. Don't tell the doc, she'll be livid.
Ah, there you go.
What do we do now?
Tim Shaw.
You did it! Remember, Brian? You're the strongest person I know. Well, one of a few. No idea? Come on, fam.
I thought we weren't doing fam.
I like it.
Oh, wow. Well, like, you know what? Actually, then I guess no, this isn't the finale. I guess the special is going to be played off as a finale. I don't know. So that was Doctor Who Season 11, Episode 10. That was my reaction video. I don't think I like this episode very much. Might have been one of my least favorites of the season. I guess technically it was the finale. There only is 10 episodes, and then season 11 special. But it didn't feel like it. It's not that it didn't feel like a finale, but it just felt like an average. It didn't even feel like a very great episode. I think that visually, and I think maybe like the first act started off pretty good. There's a lot of intrigue and interest. I think it was a pretty cool concept of introducing this, you know, this new race and then having them worship this god and it being Tim Shaw. It's a pretty, you know, okay premise. But again, with the execution, was it just not on the ball for me. Like while the planet, the visuals, the alien, you know, all that looks great, this episode at points felt rather hollow, and I felt like they were setting up things at the beginning and then they didn't really pay off by the end of it. And I think that was a really big issue here for this episode specifically. We have this planet that's just being on it can mess up your mind or whatever it is. And at no point did we have, especially after Yaz and the Doctor took it off, did we have any sort of character development or any like sort of any curveballs, for example, with like Yaz's character. Since we're doing a bunch of callbacks to things in the past this season, like the Ghost Monument or, you know, the sniper bots and etc. Why didn't we have like a moment where Yaz was just like, we saw flashes of her grandma or some sort of moment just for her to have a little bit of development? That seems like a really missed opportunity. Other than that, she didn't do all too much this time around. It kind of sucks. That reminds me of the first half of the season rather than the second half, where I thought they were writing her character much better. Tonally and as well as the pacing, this episode just sort of fell flat for me. It was a little jarring at points and kind of moved very quickly. Didn't feel like it progressed smoothly in my opinion. I was going through this, I'm like, okay, this is like a finale, maybe they're gonna go somewhere. By the end of it, I sort of just felt like, oh, like this is over? It felt ever so slightly disappointing and empty finale and just an episode of Doctor Who. I will say though, bringing back Tim Shaw as some sort of, I guess, full circle idea for season 11, not bad of an idea. I kind of like what they did there. I think they made him from just a villain of the week to something a little bit more compelling, although he still does have the appearance and like I feel like he still does. It's a hard feat trying to make this guy who is just a random villain of the week to something more. I think they did a decent job at it, honestly. The actual dialogue, what some of the characters are saying, it was surprisingly stiff. Even in some of the more emotional bits, it's almost as if like we didn't have some of the development that we had with some of our characters. Like some of the interactions between Graham and Ryan, I'll talk about that a little bit more. I feel like it was very earlier on in the season, the conversations that we're having, actions, it just felt very wooden between the two of them, even during some of the emotional bits. I think one of the things that bothered me about this episode, and it kind of connects, I guess, to issues with season 11 as a whole, but specifically with 13, is the ideas of morality, the Doctor's, I guess, view of it this time around. The Doctor's like, Graham, I'm being for realsies, don't kill this guy or else you're out, you're gone, kaput, no more. And that sort of just came out of nowhere for a bit for me. But in the end, but then by the end of the episode, the Doctor was totally cool and cheery about the Graham just locking him up in his own prison he did to his victims, which was the same thing, which is kind of confusing for me. And like I said, I've been enjoying Jodie's performances, and I think there's bits and pieces throughout the season where, you know, she sort of felt like the Doctor, but I think one of the defining factors for me about the Doctors, whether it's 9, 10, 11, or 12, is they feel very distinct. I know how their personalities are, I know how they're gonna act, and for 13, I kind of don't even have that yet by the end of the season, which is a little weird. Logic, her morals, I don't know if they're leading up to something bigger, because they sort of did address that this episode with like the guns and the grenade situation. That was a big like, huh? For me, a big like question mark. Like I said, with the previous Doctors, you know, they sort of questioned themselves. There was sort of a morality check at points later on, so maybe they might be building up to something with 13, maybe later on in her series. Right now, it just feels like they're in this weird gray area, and I don't want to say that it's just lazily written or they're not keeping track of things, but it feels inconsistent. Like for example, like the whole idea of the Doctors pulling out these grenades felt very off to me, and then the whole idea of like Ryan using the gun and then being called out about it. So like it's only bad until it's needed. It just felt weird. To chalk it up to like a long game plan with 13, maybe with some sort of hypocrisy being brought up by the companions later down the line. And you know, maybe there's gonna be some more serious consequences later on. I don't know, but that kind of bothered me this episode. One of the things that I did enjoy this episode was Graham. For the most part, I thought his arc was pretty good. About revenge and all that. Although I will say it did feel slightly out of the norm for him. But I also see why he would want to kill Tim. But and I, like I said, because of the dialogue, this episode felt a little stiff. It dampened some of the more emotional beats with him and Ryan, and they didn't land as effectively as I thought they would have and should have. So for example, the fist bump, I was just kind of like, meh, it didn't feel well within the like, especially how it was paced, it didn't feel like a good payoff to me. Maybe this is my bias where I think the fist bump would have been better earlier on, like the last episode, and maybe this episode he calls him Granddad. But yeah, it just didn't work. It felt very much so like the Ghost Monument. There's a lot of walking around, a lot of exposition, and then a quick resolution again. So yeah, overall, I thought this was a really great looking episode. I enjoyed Graham's sort of debacle, revenge for the most part. I thought probably the highlight of this episode for me. Wasn't a big fan of the Doctor that much this episode though. Highlighted some of the issues that I have with 13 and I guess how she was handled in season 11 at points. Overall, it was kind of an undercooked episode. Yeah, anyway, guys, that was my thoughts on Doctor Who season 11, episode 10, finale for season 11. What you guys think about this one? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Season 11 as a whole, you know what? Look, I'm gonna go and say this. I definitely don't think I hated season 11. I don't think I'm in the camp who get why some people aren't a big fan of it, but I don't know if it deserves necessarily all the hate that it's getting, although this finale didn't give itself any favors. Interested to see where the fam's gonna be going for season 12 now, especially after seeing this finale. That was season 11 of Doctor Who. I think the second half of it definitely had much more stronger points in my opinion. I think, yeah, maybe if I went back and looked, I can't verify, but I feel like the episodes where the guest writers were involved, I enjoyed more so than the ones with Chris. Anyway though, guys, that was Doctor Who season 11 episode 10. What do you think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. With that being said, guys, we're going to be jumping into the special and then season 12, y'all. Again, as always, if you guys want the full unedited raw reactions and more for that, then definitely check out patreon.com/Farewell34 in the description down below. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.